Michelle. I'm Lauren. So
Hi.
nice to meet you. Tell me
Nice
a
to
little
meet
bit
you.
more about why you're here today.
So last week, some of the parents in my daughter's school said they were going to report me to DCS, and so they set this up because if I don't come here, they're going to go ahead and tell.
Oh, okay. Wow, that sounds like it was probably a little bit hard for you to go through, and it sounds like a tough situation.
Like I don't even know what they want from me.
Right. So you don't know what they want from you. So I hear you saying that maybe you're a little confused about why you're even here.
Yeah, I mean, I think they think I'm a bad parent because recently, like one of them found out that I'm a prostitute, and so I guess like they think I should come here and it's like a threat. So they set this up that if I don't come here, they're gonna tell DCS, and then they were saying like my daughter would get taken away, and, like all this stuff. So I mean, I just came because I'm scared. So I just came because they set this up and they made me come.
Right. So you're scared that they're going to take your daughter away, and that if you
Mhm.
don't ultimately change something based on what they want, that possibly they could report you to DCS.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't even know what they would say. I mean, they don't know anything about like me really or anything. They just know that
Right.
what I do.
Yeah, they don't know your life.
Right. I mean, like I'm a really good parent. I really take care of my daughter, and so it just like I can't believe that they like threatened me like this.
Right. I mean, I can tell that you really care about your daughter and that this is something that you do to help support her.
I do. I make a lot of money. So if I didn't, I really don't know how else we would survive. So really, they're just like making things worse.
Right. It's hard for a lot of people to change something that they know is positively influencing their life. And so in your case, you said that it helps you support your daughter.
I mean, not everything about it is positive, but like the financial part is like such a big deal because like I'm not married, like I don't have any other support. So I mean, I'm really the only one that can help, and it's just something I've like learned to do to make good money.
Right. So on one hand, you know that there are things that are, not maybe completely positive about the experience that you have as being a prostitute, but then you know that you make a lot of money.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, that's the most important thing for you is that you're able to make money and support your lifestyle.
Yeah, kind of. Just because if not, I mean, I don't know. It'd be like better for me to do this and her have a life and be able to support her than like to stop and then I don't know what I would do. I don't know how it happened to her.
Right.
Or us.
I mean, maybe if you didn't do this for a living, if you weren't a prostitute, you would be able to feed yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could maybe find something else, but, like, I don't know anything else that I'm good at. I never went to college, so I don't know, like, high school degrees don't get you jobs at McDonald's,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I'm sure it's been hard for you to find something to do, knowing that you only have a high school, and, how else are you supposed to deal with that? If you were to do something else, have you ever thought about what you would do?
Yeah, I've thought about it. Like, I'm really good with, like, computers and stuff, so I've thought about doing, like, secretary work and stuff like that, but, like, I'm just worried that if I switch, I'm not going to make as good of money.
So I hear you saying that you're probably a little worried that maybe if you change your lifestyle a little bit, it'll completely alter the way that your life is panned out and that you might not be able to have the same things.
I don't know how much money I'd make at all. Like, I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's nerve-wracking to think that if you make one small change like this, that you don't know what's next and you're not sure what could come of your life.
Yeah, it is scary.
So if you didn't if you weren't a prostitute anymore, what do you think your life would look like?
I think like some of the negative things would be gone. Like I don't like it. I mean, I don't like myself. Like knowing what I do, I know what people think about it, and like I don't necessarily want that. And I don't want my daughter to ever know that because I would want way better for her. But like some of the positives would be gone also is like the steady income. Like I know I have money like in my pocket.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So I hear you saying that the positive thing for you is that you're able to have money in your pocket and that you and your daughter can, you can support her, you can feed her, and you guys have a house over your head and stuff like that. But then you know that it's not always right, and some people sometimes feel a little dirty when they do something like this, and that you're not really sure how you feel about it morally.
Yeah, I don't feel like dirty necessarily. I just feel like I would, if I don't ever want to see my daughter doing it, it's hard to, I don't know how I see myself doing it.
Right.
Like, because that doesn't, add up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing to think about your daughter being in the same position as you in the future.
Right. I mean, I know why I do it, just because I feel like it's what I've learned how to support myself.
Right.
But, like, I would never want this for her.
Right.
So, I don't know. Like, if she ever learned, like, I would feel terrible.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's important to you that you are able to give to your daughter, but then you also know that on the other hand, you don't want to show her this kind of lifestyle because this isn't what you want for her.
Not at all. Yeah, I definitely don't want her to ever find out.
So if these parents were to end up telling DCS, what do you think would happen?
I mean, obviously, I think, like, what they always do, they're just going to take my kid, and then I'm just going to be without her, and they're going to think I'm a bad parent, just like obviously, those parents already think, so, I mean,
they've already made that assumption about you.
Yeah. So, I mean, they'll probably think the same thing and take her away, and then, then there would just be no point. I mean, I don't know what I would do. There'd be no point in stopping or changing or, like, I don't know. I feel like I'd just be completely hopeless.
Right. It sounds like you have absolutely no idea what to do from here and that you're just confused as to the next step to take.
Yeah, I never thought that this would happen. Like, I'm not even sure how they found out, but, like, I don't want anybody else to know. So I came here thinking that maybe if I came, like, they would just drop it.
Right. I mean, this is your business. Why should they even be concerned about it in the first place?
Yeah, no, I have no idea why they think, like, they don't even work. They're stay-at-home moms, so, like, they have no idea.
They have no idea how you feel.
Yeah, which is weird that they would even think that I need to come here if they don't even know.
Right. So I can tell that you're probably a little confused as to why they're in your business about this and why they feel like it's their responsibility to go to DCS when at the end of the day they don't know what it feels like to have to provide on their own.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you weren't to change, and you said that you know that you're a little skeptical about being able to provide for your daughter, but let's think of maybe some reasons why you should change. Not only just because that you're worried that your daughter may be taken away if these parents do report you to DCS, but what are some other things that you think could potentially come from you not stopping?
So, okay, not stopping, I think, it's always dangerous, so I'm worried, like, what if something happens there? Like, and then I really do leave my daughter alone. Like, what if I get, like, killed or something? Because it's, like, really dangerous. You never know who you're dealing with.
Right.
So, even that could leave her harmed by leaving her alone. And, just like my health, that could not go over well. So that's some things that could definitely get worse on top of everything else. And like, it's not worth the money if I'm not even going to be around for her.
Right. Well, it sounds like you have some really good priorities in your life, and you really know what's important to you.
Yeah, she is. So really, that's what I do this for. But also, I think it could also make it where either she wouldn't want me in her life anymore, or I wouldn't be in her life anymore.
Right.
Like, either be reported somehow, or something happening to me while I was out, and all that kind of stuff.
So, I want you to look at it from this perspective. On a scale from 0 meaning not at all to 10 meaning it's a big deal and you really need to change it, where are you? How important do you think it is for you to make this change?
I think I'm at like a 5, like right in the middle.
Okay. Well, what makes you rate a 5 compared to like a 2?
Because I feel like maybe this is like a wake-up call. Like, so if I don't change, either this will happen with the DCS thing, or maybe something else bad will happen. It's just kind of like made me sit down and like kind of think about like how big of a deal like being a prostitute is in my life.
Right.
And what it's causing and what it can cause in the future.
You realize that it's causing these problems.
Like if I was at a 2, I probably wouldn't think about anything. I probably would just be like, yeah, it's kind of bad, but not as good as it is. Not compared to how good it is.
So you recognize that prostitution is what's causing this problem in the first place.
Yeah, maybe that, or like not so much money issues, because I mean there'd be other ways to make money if I really thought about it. This is just the easiest. No, it's what I know how to do.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like I can just do it like
Why
whenever,
fix it if it
and I have my own,
doesn't
I have my own hours. Like
Yeah.
I'm there for her. When she was home from school and stuff. So like some people don't, they can't say that.
Right.
If you have a full-time job, you're like gone a lot.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you can make your own hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a positive.
Yeah, my sister's like always willing to watch her at night.
Right.
Like, she's sleeping then, so
Right.
I mean, she's not like missing me.
Right. Exactly. So what are some other positives that you found from prostitution, other than just the fact that you can make your own hours and you can obviously make money?
Let's see. Well, it's tax-free money, so it
That's
goes
true,
right in
yeah.
my pocket. I can
Right.
charge whatever I want.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of friends that are prostitutes too, so they're like really supportive, and
Yeah.
they have children too. And like, I just feel like no one judges me.
Right.
They're not like they do in other aspects of my life.
Right. So it sounds like you have a really good support system that also comes on with prostitution.
Yeah, we all kind of like look out for each other and for each other's children and stuff.
Right. How do you think the friendships that you've created through prostitution and that circle of friends, how do you think they would feel if you decided to stop because your daughter could possibly be taken away from you?
I think they would understand, honestly, because like none of us really like. I feel like none of us really want to do it. We just know we have to do it,
Right.
and then we need to like live our lives.
Right. So they'd probably be there for you, and they would encourage you.
I mean, it'd be different, but like because we wouldn't be around each other a lot.
Right.
But I also don't think that they would be like mad or anything.
Yeah.
It just maybe like would make me like mad because they'd still probably be making a lot more money than I would. Like
Right. You'd be a little jealous of
Mm-hmm.
that they were still able to do what
Yeah.
you were doing.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I mean, they wouldn't be mad or anything.
Right. Well, that's good. It sounds like you have a really good support system behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think are some steps you could take to possibly finding other means and making other money different ways?
I could start like looking in like the newspaper or online and see like what is available out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just maybe seeing if I have any other qualities that would be good for jobs, because I haven't ever really explored what I'm good at necessarily.
Right. So this is new to you.
Yeah. It's new.
Yeah, definitely. So it sounds like you know the next step to take, but maybe you're a little nervous to change your life a little bit because you did say it's new to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just still like, I feel like they're making me change, but like, if this would have never happened, like, I wouldn't feel like I had to change.
Right. Yeah. So it's not really your fault.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I want to make that decision on my own.
Right.
And I don't want to do this now and like feel regret because they made me change.
Right. You want to change because you want to change. You don't want it to be somebody else making
right.
that decision.
And like, I see the good and the bad, but I mean, just like it's my life.
Right.
Like, no one else is asking people to like just up and quit their job.
Right,
and
exactly.
Start all over.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like 37.
Yeah.
Like, do people even get hired that old anymore? I don't know.
I'm sure it's really hard for you to try to think about completely restructuring your life.
Mm-hmm. It is. Because then, like, I feel like I'd have to set up new things for her, like, to make sure she's taken care of, maybe if I can't be there. And so I wouldn't be working the same hours as, like, some people that used to watch her. And my sister, I don't know what time she gets off, but, like, I don't know if she'd be home that early. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, well, where would she go?
Right.
And, like, you know, and stuff like that. And just transportation and all that kind of stuff. So it's just hard to, like, it basically asking me to just, like, switch my whole life.
Right. It sounds like you care a lot about your daughter, and ultimately what you're worried about is her having the best thing. And that you don't want to be taken away, and you don't want you making this change to completely alter her happiness.
Yeah. And, like, not that she would know either way if I changed, but, like, if I did, maybe she would never know, like, this aspect of my life.
Right. You could protect her from that.
Yeah, because, like, I wouldn't even want her to think that this would be a means of money for her, because I know the downsides of it and, like, how scary it can be.
Right.
Are you sure this is about 15 minutes?